The cheers, the boos, the whistles, the horns, the excitement, the letdowns, the should'ves, the could'ves, the would'ves, the tailgating, the rivalries, the SEC, the Big East, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the ACC, BCS versus the playoffs. If you guess I was talking about NCAA Division I college football, then you will be correct. With much debate over the years over the topic of getting rid of the bowl championship series and replacing it with traditional playoff system, I for one really support and promote the idea of going to a playoff system. Through talking with friends or tuning into local ESPN, many people suggest that major schools may lose money if going to a playoff system. I'm here to inform you that Division I football needs a playoff system. It's the only major sport in America that determines who will have a chance to compete for a championship based solely on a computer-based system. And a playoff will produce a fair chance for each Division I team in America. So, let me tell you why I think Division I football should go to a playoff system. Let's talk sports. Baseball, America's pastime, has a playoff. Basketball, they like the idea so much, they have two versions of a playoff. They have one that you compete for the national championship, and they have another one for teams that didn't make it to the brackets to compete for the national championship. They also have an invitational playoff system. NFL has a playoff system. Division I AA college football has a playoff system. Division II, Division III, NAIA on down to JUCO football in college, they all have a playoff system. But somehow Division I doesn't. I think that some major colleges take a small loss with money if they fail to provide wins during the regular season. The BCS bowl games are geared towards major schools. Different conferences have different rights and privileges to certain bowl games throughout the year. Now, an idea that I came up with was having playoffs, and the teams that don't make the playoffs, they're able to participate in said bowl games. Kind of both bowl games, and you have your playoffs coexisting at the same time. That way, money will not be lost, and if anything, it might actually allow schools that would have lost money because they were not able to participate in a bowl game to actually have a chance to participate and overall spreading the wealth. I briefly spoke with you about Division I college football use the only major sport, which is the only major sport in America that determines which two teams will compete for a championship solely based on computer-based systems. And it's the only sport that people debate each year how a team A or a team B made it to a championship after losing to a team C. All the major sports have been thriving for years with zero complaints over which two teams made it to a championship. With that being said, it brings me to inform you that a playoff will provide a fair chance for each Division I program in America. If you look at all preseason polls each year, no matter how bad a major team finishes the previous year, they will always have a spot in the top 25 poll, giving an unfair advantage to major schools, and the smaller schools, they get stepped on each year. The BCS ranking is said to take the wins and losses, strengths of schedule, the margins of wins and losses into effect in determining who will have a chance to compete for a championship. But if that's true, then teams that are considered weaker throughout the year, such as your Boise States, your TCUs, they go undefeated year after year, but they somehow manage to never get to compete for a national championship because their said conference or schedule is too weak. A playoff system will allow each conference to duke it out within their conference, maybe taking the 1, 2, or 3 best teams in each conference and setting up a playoffs. This eliminating all debate on who is the best team in America. I hope that I've got my point across and open up your minds to allow you to see why a playoff system will be more beneficial to Division I football. Whether you agree with my idea of playoffs and bowl games coexisting, or the fact that other major sports have done a playoff and been successful with zero debating, or it might be that you agree that a playoff is just overall fair. Whatever it is, a playoff system is what Division I college football needs.